Hi, good evening traders. This is Krishna Joshi here with 7 Points Capital. I'm going to bring you today's trader takeaways. It's good to be back on Thursday afternoon today. Nice little vacation to India and I'm back. Markets have been volatile in the month of December and we've seen quite a bit of volatility. Like we got a nice little move into 260, nice bounce and then a big drop into 235 with again a nice little push into 250. So today again we saw some resumed selling pressure thanks to Apple, so which is why SPYs are down 2.25%, Qs are down a little over 3. So weak day overall, and not a lot of days when you see Apple which is down, SSR which is down 10%. It's been a slow day. I've been back after 3 to 4 weeks of vacation, so usually you want to take it slow. I want to make sure that I'm looking at the stocks correctly, reading the tape nice and easy. So it's been sort of a size down day for me, and watching the stocks, being really selective about which stocks I'm watching, and more importantly watching my size in them. So I've traded about 10 stocks. SPY is my worst symbol. I'm green on the other 9. Small winners, small losers on SPY. So overall a net green day, not too bad. So let's jump into AAPL. We saw weak guidance. Tim Cook came out and blamed China for the overall weakness in the iPhone sales, and so most of the issues were with the iPhone sales number and the iWatch, the latest Apple Watch. So what we can see on this one is that it made a high about 230. Look at all that continued selling. We got a nice little final bounce back, and now we are opening below that 145 area, which was a good support. Let me just zoom into this right there. So now we're opening in that 140 to 140 area, and today morning we saw like a lot of targets coming in that 125 to 130 zone, and overall it's been weak all day. We saw a little bit of pullback when the SPYs rallied a bit around 11 o'clock, so we got a nice little push off of the 42, bounced off to 45.50 and made a nice little island formation, and it's back to that 42 near that double bottom. And again, when we saw like a little push in the SPYs, we saw like nice 1.25 move in Apple in just about 5 to 7 minutes. So it's been a volatile ride. One big missed opportunity I remember top of my head was I had a nice short just below this 45 right around lunchtime. A little bit in the money, comes right back up. Start second guessing my trade. I ended up taking a small loser on it, and we got a nice continued selling off of that 45. So when I got in, my stop was above the 45.75. As it started working out, and the SPY started selling off, I felt much more confident, added more size. But as soon as I got out of money, I wasn't really confident on that trade anymore. Started second guessing, and then just ended up taking a small loser on it. Ended up losing about 10 to 12 cents on it. So big missed opportunity. Could have been a big 3-point gain on that one. A couple of good setups, good entries on this was a bounce off of the 43. So I ended up buying the 43, 18, 20 and 22, and got a nice little push into the 144. So this was one long setup that I got, and then ended up selling the 43.10s on the way down. 43 was a huge offer. Yeah, 143 was a huge bid. It was about 40,000 on the bid, but when it went, it actually printed much more than that, so right around here. So we got about 2 huge volume bars, close to 200,000. Yeah, about 150,000 shares traded on those 2 bars. Took out the 43, goes down, comes right back up, gives a nice add into 43, and a nice little push. So Apple overall not the biggest winners, have been sizing down in this. Apple down SSR, so that's a big move overall. So this one was a big trade for me. Started reading the trade well and then just left it alone. Double bottom that 142 and got a nice little push. And Spice is still moving crazy. It's been volatile. It's been all over the place, but we're seeing like a nice little double bottom close to the 244 area. And so this was the 11 a.m. bottom that I was talking about in Apple as well, that we got a nice push. So Spice moved up from what 244 into 248. So that's a nice 4 point, which is pretty much almost 1% and 1.75%. So pretty good push, and then we just ended up gradually selling into that 244 again. Let me jump into a couple of other names. So just few minutes back, FOXA came out with news. So very often we talk about having the right resources, having the right news, following the right people, being aware of the news and trading it, right? So once you have access to the right resources, the next goal is to make sure you can convert those news into tradable strategies. And that's something that we invest a lot in. We invest a lot on the right resources, the quick information, and then converting that information, decoding that into tradable strategy. So FOXA came out with news that Brazil has approved the FOXA Disney deal without any divestment. So that was a positive for FOXA. So I started watching it at 304 right as the news broke out. The stock is going up. So I'm not stepping in front of it on the short side. Neither am I confident on the long side. So what I ended up doing was still looking for it to stall. So look at the volume on this one. So 500,000 shares traded, and the size of this bar is 47.22 to 47.67. So that's 45 cents on 500,000 shares. Next volume bar is 500,000 shares again, but this time we only have a bar half the size, which is just 22 cents. And then on declining volume we see like a topping out. So what I ended up doing was ended up shorting the 84s 85s with the stop at 94. We had a high of 92, so I ended up shorting it, just giving it about 8 cents, and we got a nice little push into 70. So I had a good cover at 73, just left it alone, just went sideways and got a nice little sideways consolidation again. So shorted the 71s and 70 with a stop at 75 and got a nice cover into 58. So I ended up taking right around here. Left a few cents here and there on the plate, but the idea again was making sure that I'm able to quickly scalp these, and being on the right side was important. And the confidence on these was because I was watching it on the upside. If you look at the tape, if you guys have Thinkorswim, go back on the premium, watch out the tape on this. So you would see like continued buying. If you look at 47.65 and this bar opens up, right? So you'll see like 68, 69, constantly getting bought up. It was just gradually just inching up, bidding it up, and then the offers were getting taken out. And this was the first time when we saw like a slight pullback. And then again the next bar opens up at 307, and then it just does the same thing, just buys it up. And after 88, 89 we saw like stalling. I was definitely looking at 48, how it behaves at 48, but when I saw the offers not getting wiped out at 47, 88, 89, 90, that's when I wanted to make sure that I'm gonna get short if I see like a weak close on this bar. That's exactly what we got. Ended up shorting 84s and got a nice little fade, and then sideways and nice fade again. So just wanted to cover this one specifically because this is exactly how we trade the news. This is exactly how you watch the tape, watch the level 2, and convert these news into tradable strategies. One final ticker on the day, low float, which was really active. Everyone on the desk was watching it, trading it. which is KTOV. I had 3 trades in this, 2 losing, no, rather 1 losing and 2 winners. Just having a hard time doing this. Alright. So the first trade right off the morning, we see like a nice little push, big volume bar coming in, almost 2 million shares. And then we see like a topping out into the 26, 27. So got a nice little sell at 23 and a straight flush down, ended up covering 14s on this one. So this was the first one where I'm looking at 110 was a big level. Stan called out that 110 is a huge bid for big size, and so the idea was we're gonna get out before that. Got a nice little wick into this, got a chance to sell some, and then just ended up covering it with the wash. The idea again here was watching the tape. Someone buys out the 26, soaking the 26, 27 now, cannot take it out, and then just slams it and pushes it down 15 cents. And the second one here again, the interesting thing was when 118, a huge bid came in. Huge bid comes in and then gets actually taken out at 118 for over 100,000 shares. A couple of guys on the desk pointed out, huge bid comes in, gets taken out, and goes right back up. So we ended up buying on the in the 20s, low 20s, constantly adding, and then I got a nice little exit in the 30s. I didn't really, so it went up to 31, comes right back down to 27, 28. I saw like a stalling action. The 30s was soaking a lot of offers, so a lot of reserve selling happened at 30. So the next time I saw 29, 30, I ended up selling all of my positions. So that was the second trade in KTOV, which was on the long side. So we had like nice 2 winners on it. Ended up missing out on the short. So what I did was I shorted the bounce, shorted 21, added more on the low side on the 15s and 16s, and thinking this is the backside, and ended up taking a loss on it and covered in the 21s because 20 started holding here, goes down again. So I'm short with the average price like close to 16 and a half, 17, and I ended up taking a loss on this one because again this felt like bids were still there. 113 was still the bottom on this one, so I was in the money a couple of cents, about 3 cents, and then I was quickly out of money, which is why I ended up taking the small loss on it because I didn't have the confidence that I had. I don't know if it is because I had a long setup that worked for me. The selling these 2 candles were a good indication, so when I had a good short here, added more, I had the confidence that this still wants to fade, should go down lower. It did end up going down, but then I left it alone for the rest of the day. I was still watching it in the 120s, push into VWAP, but sort of just left it alone. So 1 losing trade here, a couple of nice winners, and other stocks on the desk that we were watching were airlines, American Airlines, Delta Airlines, giving a weak guidance on the revenue. And the other ones was the takeout on BMY and Celgene. So if anyone's interested in those stocks, to send me a message or tag me on Twitter, and then we can discuss those setups there. So that's it from me, guys. 3 symbols and then quite a few other names. So it's good to be back. Markets are moving again. That's a good sign. We're gonna wait, take it slow until the earnings season picks up next week. So that's it from me. We'll start making regular videos again starting next week, so hope to see you guys there. Thanks again for watching. This is Krishna Joshi with 7 Points Capital.